What's up, Fade Family? Driver's Guy and the Boy Drives YT here, and welcome back to another Diecast review. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the Hot Wheels Ford Shelby GR-1 concept, which was first introduced in 2006 as a mainline car. I had a lot of trouble saying the name of this car because I was trying to hold it and read at the same time, which is apparently very difficult for me. Anyway, yeah, man, this is a very unique car, of course, being a concept car. I'm not sure if they ever put these into production, but this definitely does remind me a lot of the 2006 Ford GT that they produced for a while, mainly just because of the sort of headlight and I guess overall front bumper design that they went with. I mean, depending on which ones we're talking about, it's either great praise or an unimaginable diss, because there's some really funky looking Hot Wheels unlicensed cars, and not all of them look that great. But this one, it really does look good. There's a great amount of detail in here, which I think the designers translated really well from the real thing. And you also have very nicely done paintwork on the wheels. I mean, this car, it was introduced in 2006, and like the wheels still look this good. It's unbelievable. And then you have the back right here, also somewhat cool. I think this was during a time when Ford was having a bit of trouble transitioning their cars from that weird fucking design language they had going in the 90s to a new, actually marketable design aesthetic they were going for. But I think it looks pretty good. You can tell it's in that sort of transitory state that you still see on a lot of Fords from this particular era, but it still looks decent enough for a sports car. Definitely not as cool as something like a Mustang, but I think as a relic of, I guess, car history and as like a diecast of a concept car, it's just very cool. I always love having like diecast of these things, since these are really some of the only versions of these vehicles to be produced, even if they actually go into production, since the main production model is never that similar to the concept, because they do like new things in there. Man, I don't think I've ever owned like a Shelby diecast in my collection, aside from this one, which I think that we'll be getting to later in the season. But I really don't like to acknowledge the existence of this one. I will definitely be acknowledging this, because the Ford Shelby GR-1 concept, and even though there's no painting on it, look at this right here. You can still make out like a Ford logo right there. You can still tell from a distance. I don't know if it's all that clear on camera, but there you go. Clear as day, kind of, maybe, not really. But again, this car came out in 2006, and you can still tell exactly how it is. That's some awesome shit. Either way, man, in terms of recommendations, this is an absolute not recommend. I'm sorry, man. It's too old. You're going to be paying too much if you get this. I don't want you paying too much if you get this. And anything past 10 years old it's going to be way too expensive. You know, don't pay $5 for this, which is basically just a way of saying you're never going to be able to find a version of this under $5, so you're never going to end up buying it. So, sorry to say, that's just how it is. I can't recommend it. Either way, I think that'll wrap it up for my review of the Hot Wheels Ford Shelby GR-1 concept, first introduced in 2006 as a mainline. I've been your host, Driver's Guy. As always, thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for more diecast content. And as always, giggity, 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 good. Stick around.